because of the weather, it's like you want to cry. For the purpose of this video, guys, I'm going to be mentioning there's actually another side of the story where winter affects, a lot of things too. It affects mental health, it affects your productivity. Hey guys, this is just the first day of snow falling, really falling, and this is how it looks. This is the AC. It's already I'll carry you along till when the till when the fall gets really thick. Oh my gosh, guys. This is so deep. This is so deep. Happy New Year, guys. And I wish you a very beautiful 2021. Happy New Year, a beautiful 2021 as you pray and hope for it to be. And this is January, right? And this is coincidentally the time where most countries that experience winter season are already in the peak of their winter and all that. So what I mean is it's already snowing, it's very cold and all that. And while I was preparing to go to the lab recently, I was laughing at how naive or how I used to feel like all there was to winter was just snow, pictures, beautiful scenery and all. Well, you won't blame me, guys. That was actually what majority of people kind of made winter to look like, right? So, this period, pictures will just be flying around, and I didn't know that. No, that is one side of the story. There's actually another side of the story where winter affects, a lot of things too. It affects mental health, it affects your productivity, your physical outlook, and so on and so forth. Know that there is a danger to a single-sided story, right? And I just felt like it is necessary to come on here and tell you the other side of winter for two reasons. Just in case you are going to a country that experiences winter, you will just have pre-information, and hopefully for each point I mention here, I'll tell you some things you can do. And secondly, just in case you're experiencing any of these things, you will realize that you are not alone. You are not alone. Someone out there is actually experiencing the same thing that you're going through during the winter period. So guys, just in case you're seeing me for the first time, my name is Chioma, aka Chilo. I'm a Nigerian currently living and studying in Japan, here in Japan. And on my channel, I vlog about my life as a foreign student in Japan. I vlog about life generally and study abroad videos. So if you're interested in any of these contents, do make sure to check my previous video. And if you vibe with what you see, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Okay? All right. So guys, for the purpose of this video, I'm just going to be mentioning, because of the weather, it's like you want to cry. For the purpose of this video, guys, I'm going to be mentioning 5 things, just 5 things to keep this video as short and as brief as possible. 5 things that people hardly tell you about winter. These 5 things are going to cover your mental health, the mental health effects, the physical outlook, productivity, and all that. Disclaimer, guys, this is actually just based on research, my experience, and the experiences of my friends that are scattered around the world in different countries that experience winter. But before you get scared, this is not to scare you. This is definitely not to scare you. There's still the beautiful part of winter, the whole snow skating, the whole snowman building, playing in the snow. This year was the first time that I let myself out, really. I think I even did snowman. I went out to do snowman with my lab mates just around last week.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Bro, okay.
Wait.
Oh, okay. 3. 団子じゃん。
Big snowman.
ビッグスノーマン。
Yeah. それは子供。
子供。スノーチャイルド。
Snow child, snow mother.
スノーマザー。グッズマザー。
But that is not the only side of winter. That's just the aim of this story. And so for these 5 points, I'm going to start listing. Number 1 is the effect it has on your mental health. Now guys, you know that research has shown that there are more number of people that get into depression, or there are more number of cases of mental health illnesses during the winter period. Yeah, before you get shocked, if you watched my video on if you watched my video of the truth about being a foreign student, where I featured my Singaporean lab mate Tabby, you will realize she said it at one point, but I was like, no, because in my head I'm like, what's the correlation? So just in case you are like me previously, because this is years down the line, this is winters down the line, this is like my 3rd winter I think down the line, and I can tell you for a fact that that research is not lying. And the correlation is this. Now during winter period, a lot of people are not interested in frivolous outing. Like, people are not interested in, hey, let's just go here or let's just go there. If you want to call someone to meet you up, the first thing the person is asking you is, what for? Because people just want to go from office to house. They want to just go from heater to heater. They're not interested in anything that will keep them trapped outside, that is not worthy, that will keep them trapped. They just want to keep being warm. Everybody just wants to keep being warm. So because of this, for a lot of people who need a lot of community, either because of mental health challenges or this thing, it makes everybody go into their shell. There's so much seclusion during winter period. People are just in their houses. People are not interested in hanging out. And so a lot of people who are struggling with 1 or 2 mental health, this affects them a lot, and they start going down and down the spectrum of mental health. And for other people who may not have struggled with mental health, but are people's people, they always like to be in people's people's gathering and all those things, it starts to also affect them. So my advice is that if you find yourself declining in your mental health, one thing I always advise, or before you come to go to a country that has winter, try to join an association or a community like church, association. Those communities actually don't gather for frivolous reason, right? But there will always be meetings. There will always be, okay, let's go for this or that. So you will still have reasons to be going out and meeting people during all these meetings. Secondly, try to keep in touch with people back at home. I have never understood the reason why a lot of people will travel out and then cut every single person back in their home country, no friend back at home, so that you can always call, do video calls here and there, and just keep yourself going through the winter period. Not just the winter period, but it just helps you during that period. Now for me, the reason why this is not really so much of an issue is that I'm an ambivert. I know a lot of you that know me will be arguing this. I'm an ambivert, meaning I can be very introverted and I can be extroverted, like depending on the situation. Sometimes I want to just be left alone. I just want to be in the house, sleep, wake up, watch movie, work on my laptop, work or do schoolwork or whatever. Some other times I just want to go out, be the life of the party, talk, dance. So during winter period, the introverted part of me always saves me, but then I always still try to keep in touch with friends back at home, family and all that. Number 2 is the effect it has on your physical outlook. Guys, this effect I'm talking about is your skin and your hair. The honest truth is, during winter period, the moisture content of the air is very low. It's very dry. So your outlook tends to be drier. You have dry skin, scaly skin, white skin, patches here and there. Your hair here starts to shed off, starts to fall off. Now the reason for this is, how hair, especially our afro hair likes a lot of water, moisture. So when you're not when this moisture is low in content, when you're combing this hair especially, it starts to fall off and all those things and all those things. Then your skin too, if especially if you have a very dry skin like me. So the advice I'm going to give is, when you're approaching winter, try to get, lotion, oils, cream, anything that you know is deep moisturizing for your skin, and don't wait till it gets to that time, just so that you keep your skin moisturized and you don't start looking pale during winter period. Then for your hair, I don't know if you're a lady especially, what I always do is I try to keep my hair in a protective style, so that at least I don't stress the hair and test the stamina of the hair by always combing it and then seeing it shed and fall. So you can try these tips, put your hair in a protective style, or use a lot of moisture content, and then for your skin, use a lot of lotion. So that's for number 2. Number three, guys, is the effect it has on your productivity. During winter period, fun fact, you actually have shorter days and longer nights. Guys, you won't believe it's not even up to 5 p.m. and it's so dark already. So shorter days and longer night, when you hear the sound of it at first, it sounds kawaii, like beautiful, right? Because if you like cozy weather like me, I like it. But then the ripple effect is this. The human body, we kind of have this default setting whereby when it's dark, you feel like it's time, like the day has ended. You feel like it's time to shut, like close and go back home, right? But the irony is this: it gets dark even by 4 p.m. It gets dark even by 3 p.m. sometimes. So if you keep closing for the day, you will get little to nothing done. Like, you will literally get little to nothing done. So your productivity begins to decline if you are not intentional about it. So my advice for you for this point is, be very intentional to get your work done. How it works for me is this: before I leave out, like before I go out for the day, especially when I have a late start. By late start, I mean maybe I had an early morning class, or I had to go somewhere to do something, and meaning I will now resume lab a bit late. I keep telling myself, Chilo, Chioma, this and this are what you have to do before leaving today. So even if it starts getting dark by 12 p.m., okay, I'm exaggerating, but even if it starts getting dark by 12 p.m., guys, at least I know that this is what I'm going to do. You don't just leave things to chance during winter period, because the weather will deceive you. Even your watch, you will be thinking your watch is lying, your phone is lying, the clock is lying, because the weather is telling you something else that your body has not been used to. So be intentional about your productivity. Okay, all right. Number four, guys, is the tires, winter tires. Like, in all honesty, you would think that during winter period you would just be using your tires, the normal tires. It's not true. During winter period, guys, you're definitely going to change your tires. It's not the normal tires you use a normal summer day or a normal sunny day that you use during winter period. There is something called winter tires, both for bicycles, for normal cars, and for your buses. Now, these winter tires help for more grip. The principle between tire and road and driving is the grip, the friction it has with the road to prevent slipping and accident. But during the winter period, there is ice on the floor, and when it starts melting, it's very slippery, and so the normal tire may not give that much of a friction and grip, and this could cause accidents. So a lot of people, you just have to change your tires, and so the winter tires help for more grip, more friction, and even on top of that, a lot of people still have to drive really slowly to prevent slipping and to prevent accidents. Now the thing is, for the buses, the buses are bigger. I've noticed that, I don't know whether it's that they changed to winter tires, or they just put, because I use buses a lot, or they just put like chains and so many things just to help for more friction and for more grip. Is that serious? So because of that, the ripple effect is that a lot of people don't drive during winter, either because they are scared or because it's foggy. It can get really foggy when the things are falling, right? Some people are scared, so a lot of people use the bus during this period, and so the buses are crowded, and then unlike Japan that is very time conscious, sometimes the buses are even late because of how crowded the buses are. So you just prepare your mind during this period to, maybe leave a little more earlier. During the winter period, you have to leave a little more earlier to prevent being late for, your classes or for your appointments and all that. And then don't be shocked when you start seeing chains on tires of big buses or, strange tires, because that is actually what happens. Number 5, guys, is you see all these gang people used to wear, you thinking it's just one clothes. No, guys, it's not one cloth. A lot of people have to wear 4 layers of clothes. 5, 3, 2. In whatever spectrum your body falls in, don't be hard on yourself. I remember the first time I came, because it's really cold. Guys, it's really cold. I remember the first time, because the first time I ever saw experienced winter was 2018 December, but January 2019 was the first time I saw snow. Drum rolls, Abby. It was the first time I saw snow, and I remember being so hard on my body. Why is it that I'm wearing 2 clothes and I'm still feeling cold? Every other person is wearing. No, if your body is still not feeling warm, with 2 clothes, my dear, go ahead and wear 3, 4. I wear 4 most days up, and wear 3 down. Like, this is just what happens. It is very cold, and don't try to be like the other person, especially when you want to wear fitted clothes, to still look like nothing is happening and all those kind of things. So yes, it is actually very cold. You get to wear like 4, and the honest truth is the ripple effect. It is discomforting, especially when you just start doing it. I remember my first winter when I first wore 4 clothes. I felt like I was bloated. I felt like I was floating. I couldn't wait to get back home, and immediately I got back home, the first thing that came to my mind is, let me come and remove these clothes. So please cut people a lot of slack. Cut your friends, your parents, whoever, your uncles, a lot of slack. If they are in all these countries that have winter, they are going through a lot. Like, imagine wearing 4 clothes or 3 clothes down, winter cap, winter gloves, nose masks, and you still have to go to work, you still have to go to school, you still have to be productive and all that. Particular one, if you find yourself feeling very, distressed or very angry at yourself for wearing 4 clothes, or you're wondering, why am I not still warm? Don't be hard on yourself. With time, you will adjust. Now I wear 4 clothes, 3 clothes, and I don't feel bad about it, but initially it was discomforting. So if you find yourself feeling that way, give yourself some time. You will adjust, and you will just move along. But even if you don't adjust, just keep reminding yourself that it's only for how many months, it's only a season, and it will come and go. Okay, guys, so I hope this video was helpful. If you are in any of the spectrum, like if you find yourself in a country that experiences winter, tell me down below in the comment section which of these you have experienced but you never knew it had to do with winter, or you knew it had to do with winter. If you're also going to a country that is going to be experiencing winter, tell me which of these you are maybe scared about, or excited about, or anxious about, or you can't wait to experience, and whatever. Just tell me in what way this video has educated you or impacted you, and tell me if you love seeing videos like this, and so that we can know how to go from there. Alright, guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to share this video. You don't know who you will be helping. Give this video a thumbs up and share, comment, and don't forget to subscribe.